Living good, living good. Just got out the
Okay.
shower.
Living like a fat rat.
Just got done listening to this fucking album.
Shit. Let's get it.
Yeah, just got out the shower too. So give me a second. Let me get situated. Still trying to recover from that Queens episode.
I didn't watch it tonight. I gotta watch it as soon as we get off here. I'll watch it. Check it out. I ain't been watching too much TV. I've been listening to dope ass music and playing video games. I ain't been watching too much. There's like a ton of movies I haven't even watched yet. So you know what I mean?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. How's everyone doing in the chat? What's good? Yeah, Flavor Flav got in a car accident. That's crazy.
Did he again?
Yeah.
He's always in a damn car accident.
You said
Is he
what?
okay? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's good.
Wow. Was he drunk?
I don't know. They just say he was in a near death car accident and shit. He's lucky to be alive.
Wow. Crazy. At least he's alive. So
Right. What's good, Frederick, Ronnie, Alexa, Sam? What's good? Oh, by the way, we're going to talk about that top producers complex after this album shit.
uh-oh. And I didn't even see the list.
Oh,
I
you didn't
still
see
forgot
it?
to see that. Nah, I still forgot to see it.
Then it'll be a surprise, that shit.
Yeah, I know. You like my surprise reactions on here. People are amused by that shit.
All right. I'm gonna start in about 15, 20. Bruh, I might cop me some good albums this Christmas break,
Oh,
man.
that's always good. You know.
Yeah. I'm gonna show a sneak peek about what I got recently. Hold on. Shout out to Ashley for this one.
Yes.
Look.
Oh. I was just looking at a picture of her. She just posted for the holidays and shit. This is her right. I don't know what this is. This looks
Yep.
good.
2022. That's all I gotta say.
That's a good double album.
That's actually my favorite Christina Aguilera album too.
Yeah, that's good. My favorite is Stripped. I like Stripped.
Yeah, Strip. That's my second favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since I'm just heating up this sauce for spaghetti, I might just start on that shit after we talk about Speakkkerboxx and shit. Cause I already boiled the spaghetti last night.
You gotta give us a food blog for the new year. You should do all this shit. Like
Yeah,
send us
one
recipes
day.
and shit.
Shit, I might start some shit though.
The
One day.
Review and Cook. That's what you change your name to. You know what I mean? Crazy.
Man, I gotta get some more blue light bulbs tomorrow, man. My shit went out last night.
Yeah.
You know I gotta have the blue light bulbs in the room and shit. Gives it
What is the
signature.
Quince? The blue light?
I've always had blue lights ever since back in the Campus Crossing days when we did reviews. It's like back in the Campus Crossing days, I used to have blue lights in the bedroom, then the red lights in the bathroom and shit.
Oh, that's what you did. So you got red lights in your bathroom?
Well, since I'm living at my
Uh
dad's,
huh.
no.
He said no.
I mean, I might replace it if I see some, but I haven't seen any red light bulbs
You got
since
you
I
gotta
got back
you
in
gotta
town and
you
shit.
gotta hip your dad up to like what's going on now. Like the people use red lights for the bathroom. You know,
Shit,
and blue lights for when they making out and stuff.
blue light special.
Yeah.
Okay, what are your thoughts on the Weeknd? I'm fuck the posthumous albums, man. I'm tired of that.
The Weeknd is collaborating with Aaliyah. How? She dead. I don't want to hear no Weeknd and Aaliyah song, man. I'm good on that.
What you want? Jesus. Frederick said he was listening to this album yesterday. Okay.
I was listening today, the first time in like 20 years.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about this one.
Yep, I already know.
Yeah, we know about New Edition going on tour.
I might go to that tour next year.
I'm
Might go
definitely
see.
going to go to that Charlotte
I
R&B
never see.
fest.
I want to see Uncle Charlie before he's not here. I never seen Uncle Gap Dan or Charlie Wilson. I've seen New Edition and Jodeci, but I never seen Charlie Wilson before. I might actually
Oh,
try to go to that one.
yeah, I'm definitely trying to go to the R&B fest in Charlotte.
Yeah.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
Ashanti all day. Her gorgeous ass. Definitely, I'll take Ashanti over Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys is the better artist, but Ashanti definitely got the better body.
Alicia Keys is better looking. Fuck, sorry. I never saw the hype with Ashanti look wise. I never saw it.
I definitely see it now.
I mean now, but yeah, back in the day.
She looked gorgeous at 40 years old, and she did at 20.
Where I wanna be, out here with my thuggin' on, smoking on some weed. What y'all know about that?
I didn't like that song.
What? Oh, come on, come on, man. That's a West Coast classic,
Nate Dogg?
huh?
Nate was that Baby Bash? Nate Dogg?
It was Shay Sheast, whatever his name was.
Shady Shice? Okay.
I only liked it for Nate Dogg's chorus, pretty much. I think it was like a one-hit wonder too.
Christina, I don't know. Her weight go up and down. I like how she's looking now. She's back to normal.
All right, man. Smoking on some weed. Where I wanna be. Out here with my thuggin' on. Smoking on some weed. Yeah, yeah. Smoking on some weed. Shit. Better chemistry, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, or Dr. Dre and Eminem? Snoop and Dre. I mean, you can't really go wrong with either or.
I saw Rain Man like way back. I think when it first came out, I saw it. Murder was the case. I broke it real. This is locked on related. I think Murder was the case was the best soundtrack. Snoop and Dre was supposed to come out with an album that never happened.
Y'all doing a favorite Tupac moves or some shit?
No, don't even mention that. If you're talking about Death Row soundtrack.
Oh. Not even, don't even mention that name.
I'm not even mentioning that name, man. I'm tired of hearing about
Andre Benjamin and Sir Lucius. Let me pull my notes and then we in the money. I kind of like the singles better here than Stankonia. I'm just gonna say that right now.
hot take.
You said what?
That's a hot take.
Mm. Some of these lyrics, man, might be too hard for me to decipher, especially on 3000's part.
Really? Why?
Some shit he was just like, okay, what is this nigga talking about and shit, like.
Yeah, his lyrics is deep. You gotta really dissect them.
True, true. You say you didn't like Big Boy's album, right?
We'll talk about that.
Well, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Go.
All right, what's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely Tuesday? This your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
And today we are going to talk about OutKast, Speakkkerboxx, and The Love Below. The double album and shit. I thought you had a copy.
Oldies.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, this album came out in 2003, September 23rd to be exact. On Arista Records. You know, produced by Andre and Big Boy. They were the executive producers with L.A. Reid, Carl Mo, Mr. DJ, Come Master Swift, and Dojo 5. The singles are Hey Ya, The Way You Move, Roses, Ghetto Music, and Prototype. Guest appearances include Sleepy Brown, Jazzy Faye, Killer Mike, Bamboo, Concrete, Big Git, Ludacris, Jay-Z, E-Mac, Cujo, CeeLo, Lil Jon and the Eastside Boys, Slim Cahoon, Mello, Henry Welch, Rosario Dawson, Tony Hunter, Fonzworth Bentley, Khalees, and Nora Jones. Um, okay. So after the release of the Speakkkerboxx, I mean the Stankonia, they kind of took like a 3 year hiatus, because they weren't doing different things. And so this is the amount of time when Andre 3000 started doing acting and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And so he was at that time he started with Hollywood Homicide and shit like that. But this was like before he did of course the Four Brothers and shit like that and other acting and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Um so next thing you know, in 2002 they had dropped the compilation, the best of OutKast
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, which that came out with the single "The Whole World," which that was a very, very, very dope track. Oh, that came out in 2001, by the way. The Whole World and shit, because it came out with 3 new tracks,
Yep.
which was "Funkin' Around" and "Moving Cool" to After Party. And the Whole World actually got them a Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance by a duo or group, and that actually brought Killer Mike. That brought him more popularity and shit like that too. So while they were recording this album and stuff like that, they wanted to like do 2 solo albums, but like at the same time be marketed as one. And so it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy too because originally, I think originally they were really using like synthesizers, and they started using like Pro Tools.
Right.
Um, Pro Tools at this time too. Andre 3000, he wasn't really used to using Pro Tools and stuff like that too. So that's something interesting I found out. Um, and so when it comes to this album right here, Speakkkerboxx and Love Below, it's pretty much with Big Boy. He has like the hip hop orientated Speakkkerboxx with the funk twist, but with the Love Below by Andre, it's more like an R&B Prince is kind of feel to it and shit like that. And so it was like I said, it was a very different album and shit. You know what I'm saying? And Andre 3000, he kind of felt comfortable recording the Love Below at his own home because he didn't really feel comfortable in the studio at that time too.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, man, pretty distinctive album and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Speakkkerboxx has 19 tracks. I mean, Love Below has 20 tracks. Yeah, Speakkkerboxx has 19 tracks and shit.
It's, the Grammy edition is an extra track. Well, it's not an extra track. It's like there's a hidden track that they made that they put on the track listing um, for the letter that they made it into like an official um, track. It's like a skit or whatever.
Oh wow.
So it goes in. It's really 20 for the They have a Grammy edition for the album where the hidden track is on the track listing. So it's like 21 tracks, and then uh, the last track, which is a day in the life of Andre Benjamin or something like that.
Yeah.
That one is shorter on the Grammy edition. Like they took off like 6 seconds or some shit like that. But the one
Oh
I
wow.
have the OG copy. This is not the Grammy edition. This is the OG one.
Oh shit.
Even though in the booklet, when you look in the booklet, like the track for the letter is on there, so I don't know what that's all about. The whole Grammy thing, but it's listed as a track on here for the in the booklet and all that. But the booklet is like weird because like there's some shit that's like upside down, like this part, like when you get to Big Boy's part is upside down, and then you gotta flip it over. So you got like Andre's side, and then you got Big Boy's side.
Yeah, I didn't like that shit.
I didn't understand why they did that. They did that on the back of the CD album too. You know, he had like many features and shit. Got Andre, some features. You know, you got like his dog kennel and shit. You got like Andre. You got the little albums for all the Outcast albums, and then you got Andre with a dog and some woman. Then you got like the advertising back when they used to put advertisements in booklets. The dog kennel and the Outcast clothing. I almost bought like an Outcast T-shirt when they used to have the clothing line. You know what I'm saying? Because not everywhere carried it in New York. It was like certain department stores had it. Like Macy's never had it, so you have to go to like Harlem. It was like little like Jimmy Jazz would have it or Dr. J's. But I never bought the clothing line and shit. And then you get to like Big Boy's part of the album. You got like the pictures for his joint. They it's just him and his little son. Uh, I forgot his son's name. I think this is what's his name? Deuce. I want to say.
Some shit like that.
But his son is like his son have a kid now, so he's like Big Boy's a grandfather right now.
Oh
That's how
wow.
long ago this album was. Like this is his son is on the album with him when he was a little kid, and his son has like a son now. So Big Boy's a grandfather. He was talking with Killer Mike about that on his podcast. Just him with some chicks, you know. Yeah, but yeah, like it's like backwards and shit. The way they did it,
Yeah, that's one of the things I did not like about the album and shit. I'm like,
I don't understand why they did that.
yeah, man. Would anyone consider Love Below neo soul? I mean,
It is.
it is really, yeah.
It's a combination of many sounds. It's like Lauryn Hill's album.
Right. Definitely, definitely, definitely. And yeah, man, he was definitely influenced a lot by Erica Badu with this album too.
You mentioned her on the album too.
Yep. So Erica also influenced Electric Circus and the B album from Common.
She influenced a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? That's some powerful cooch, right?
Shit. It's about it's about the soul within and shit. That's all it is.
The soul within her walls.
Shit, I'm weak. But anyway, like I said, we're gonna get started with Big Boy's part. Um Big Boy, like I said, has 19 tracks. So let's get this shit started. With the intro. Like usually, I really don't have a lot to say about the interludes and intros and some of these tracks. So intro is pretty much saying this whole tone, right? Just saying this is a test. Speaker box over and over again. The beat was pretty dope too. So
Yeah, basically, it just had like a choppy singing and like the feminine vocals just saying speaker box and scratching and dope 808s. It was cool. It's again like I don't really care for skits and interludes. There's way too many on here. There's like at least two or three that could have been the intro for this for Big Boy's album.
right,
I'm like, well, why didn't they just put that as the? We'll talk about that, but yeah, way too many interludes already.
definitely. Which now we're going to talk about the track Ghetto Music, which is interesting because Andre 3000 actually produced this track.
Right.
Pretty okay track. Um, very different. You know what I'm saying when it comes to the Outcast shit. You know what I'm saying. Um, Patti LaBelle. It's not crazy, but Patti LaBelle does some like ad libs in the chorus or whatever, and she actually appears in the video too.
I never
So
saw the
yeah,
video for this.
yeah, video's pretty cool. It's very funny. It's alright. It's not really one of my favorites off this album.
What wasn't this like a that was like a promo single or something?
Yeah,
I never saw the video for that. They always showed the way she moves and hey yeah, they didn't even show her get a move like that. Never saw it. To me it sounds like a leftover from Stankonia, and yeah, I could hear Patty in this, but this it has this it has that LaBelle feel to it. It's not one of my favorites though.
definitely. Yeah, man, it's not really one of my favorites either. So, now we're gonna get into Unhappy, which again, this one right here definitely had like a little nice groove to it and shit like that. A little nice little funky jazzy groove and stuff. Because Big Boy just talking about how one, you can't let unhappiness, take control of you. You gotta learn how to be happy in life
Hmm.
and shit. So, pretty hot song.
I love the chorus. Might as well have fun because your happiness is done and your booze is cut. Love that chorus. Real funky track. You got Big Boy. You know, in part of his verse, he talked about being lied to as a kid about Santa Claus, and we all went through that. I remember coming home from school one day and my grandmother telling me that Santa Claus wasn't real. It was my mom that was buying me all my presents, and I had to be like about 9 or 10 years old. So it's like you feel kind of betrayed and lied to at a young age and finding out that Santa Claus isn't real. Like going to see Santa Claus and taking pictures with him every year for Christmas. So that part in Big Boy's verse I could relate to. He's saying like once upon a rhyme, one time when I was a child, when I found out that Santa Claus was nothing more than vanilla, it was silly because my mom and pop worked for every penny. They didn't have many, but had enough to get by, enough to get fly. So that was a dope verse. Yeah, it was a dope track.
Yeah, very dope track indeed. Um, Now we're gonna get into Bowtie featuring Sleepy Brown and Jazzy Faye. Um, Pretty much, just talking. It's like the continuation of So Fresh, So Clean, if you ask me, and stuff like that. Pretty pimping kind of song or whatever. It's okay. Again, it's okay and shit like that. This one kind of felt like a Stankonia leftover again to me, so it's alright.
It was some of these songs are on the Idlewild soundtrack too.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, that was one of them. Like
oh god.
Bowtie and I think she lives in my life. There was like 4 or 5 of them that was on the Idlewild soundtrack, and then they
Yeah,
just
that,
made they just made like the rest of the other songs with the songs from here.
yeah, we gotta re-listen to that soundtrack again and shit. But yeah. So what do you think about Bowtie and shit?
It don't fit for this album. It fit for Idlewild.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Next track, The Way You Move, featuring Sleepy Brown. Love this fucking track right here, in my opinion. It definitely had like an Earth, Wind, and Fire feel to it and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I used to hear this song a lot when I was growing up,
Hmm.
and it's crazy too. I forgot because Earth, Wind, and Fire, they actually did their own cover with Kenny G of this track and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of funny how I say it had an Earth, Wind, and Fire feel to it, but the video was pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? They're just in this little party,
Hmm.
Fonz with Bentley, doing his fucking thing with the umbrella and shit like that. He was famous for like
Doing his
2 years.
famous dance and shit.
Right. Very funky, very dope track.
Big boy with his rainbow colored outfit on.
Right.
That was dope. This is I mean they overplayed the heck out of this shit in Hey Ya, but I prefer this song more because it was funky. You know what I'm saying? Like from the bass line and the horns on it. You got Sleepy
Doom.
Brown, always great to hear him on the chorus. I love Big Boy's flow on this. Ready for action, nipping in the bud, never relaxing. Your love is
Yes.
everlasting. Fire. classic record.
Yeah, very classic record and shit like that. After that we got oh wait, I think it won a few awards too, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
Grammy.
Yeah, won the Grammy Award. Trying to figure out which Grammy Award it won, but I'll come back to it. But yeah, track number six, the Rooster. This track again, it was all right. This track was okay and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Could really care less about this track. It's just he just. I mean, the beat was. I like the beat. He was just talking about like his family and shit, but
Right.
it was just like the rooster sound effect kind of got on my nerves a little bit, but it's all good.
This is also on Idlewild.
Oh wow.
The back of the album. The I actually have the Idlewild soundtrack. The back of the Idlewild soundtrack has like a big rooster
Mm-hmm.
on it, and yeah, bow tie rooster, take off your cool, church, she lives in my lap, and vibrate. Oh, like six of those songs from each of these albums were on the Idlewild soundtrack. Rooster was alright. It was cool.
Yeah, it was just next track we got is called Bust featuring Killer Mike. Very dope track right here. This was actually if I'm not mistaken, it was on Fight for New York, the soundtrack and shit like that too.
Def Jam, Fight for New York.
Yep, definitely a
I haven't played
classic.
that game in years. I forgot.
Yeah, man. Very very dope track right here. You know, pretty much whenever Big Boy and Killer Mike come together, it's always fire. And you know, just a braggadocio track. I like the line where Mike says, "My whiz cook work till it scale like fish. My old earth, even known to handle biz. I served whipped out of whips without cash. Usually keep a G pack on the dash." Like, definitely love when he was flipping that line and shit like that. Very hot joint.
Killer Mike verse was crazy, yo. Like the
I
beat
agree.
was fire. The guitars on it. Killer Mike saying, I'll shoelace your face just to learn you better. My ox so sharp can cut through leather. My rap name Killer, my street name Skunk. I mastered the music. I was born in the Bronx. I switch my slang, spit from my mouth. East to Old Coast, my coast to the south. Fire, dope ass record.
Very dope record. All right. Now we're gonna get into War. War. It's kind of funny because you know he has a song called War. Andre has a song called Love in War. So
Right.
interesting. So yeah, very very dope joint right here. You know, this was a very political track. It kind of sounds a little bit like the Quincy Jones song "Body Heat." You know, with that bass like that. Doom 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 doom
Right.
doom doom. Love that fucking track and shit. So yeah, man. With this song, it's like Bush is talking about the Bush administration. You know, just talking about 9/11 and shit like that. You know, he just going in on this fucking track and stuff. So this was a very hot joint. One of my favorite tracks off this album. I love the line when he says, "I rap about the presidential election and the scandal that followed, and we all watched the nation as it swallowed. I chalked it up. Basically, America, you got fucked. The media shucked the job. Now we stuck. Damn." I love that shit. Very hot beat too.
Yes. And remember, it's two different beats on here. It's like the first beat that starts off
Yes.
when Big Boy is rapping, and then like there's another a second beat that comes in, and Big Boy killed it. He said politicians, modern day magicians, musicians of death, more health care for poor health. Who making us ill? They're making us ill. It's making me spill my guts. Chill. Big lay in the cut for what? I refuse to sit in the back seat and get handled. Fire. It ain't too many times you hear Big Boy, go at the government and stuff. But I love this joint. This joint was, the bass was dope. It was real funky.
Definitely. After War, we're gonna get into Church. Um, this track was okay. It felt like to me it felt kind of like filler in my opinion and shit like that. It was produced by Andre 3000 and he was just talking about like the sin and evil in this world
Hmm.
and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I get it, but I could have done without that beat in my opinion. So yeah.
My mic is fine, yo. Stop bitching at me complaining about my damn mic. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
You can
you.
hear me, right? That's
I
my
can hear you.
panties. Jesus. The church was a dope ass track, yo. Like I love the beat. The bass line is dope. It's real funky. It has like a gospel vibe to it. Nice background singing. You got Big Boy saying life is nothing but a dream, so peaceful and serene. Unless you're being evil, then you're on the devil's team. Well, I receive what you want to believe, but soon you'll have to sow those bad seeds. And it had like a gospel feel to it, yo. It was dope. I liked it.
Definitely liked it and shit. All right. Now you're gonna get into Bamboo. It's Interlude with Big Boy and his friend Bamboo, which Bamboo was actually his son. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Bamboo, that's
Yeah,
his name.
yeah,
That's his nickname. That's not his. I don't think that's his real name.
that's his nickname.
That yeah. Bamboo's his oldest kid. He has a son now. So Big Boy's a grandfather now.
Got you. So yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, it was. I like the beat. The beat was cool. You got Bamboo was like maybe what 3 4 years old on this, and he's just like rhyme like trying to rhyme on the beat. So it was cool.
Definitely, definitely. All right. Now we're gonna get into Tomb of the Boom featuring Concrete, Big Dip, and Ludacris. Fire ass track right here. This was a dope posse cut. To me, definitely Ludacris stole the show on this one, in my opinion, and stuff like that. Mind you, this was like Chicken and Beer Luda. He had lines like putting bullet holes through the neighborhood stop sign still wild. It's my adrenaline list, ladies and gentlemen. Then in 100,000, bitch diamonds shimmering. Like, very dope shit right here, in my opinion.
Yeah, this was a dope joint. I actually love Big Gip's verse. I think Big Gip is underrated in Goody Mob. Luda did his thing. You know what Luda gonna bring? Luda always gonna bring the punchlines and the metaphors. He was dope. Big Gip, I liked his verse. He said, "Come to me now, 84 hard, 84 soft for me now. Beautiful ladies, they wanna walk with me now, talk to me now. Pussy pop for me now, so cock for me now. Fight a bitch, hit her in her eye for me now. See you when I see you now, out with me now." Love this flow. Definitely a dope record.
Yeah, very dope record indeed. Alright, after that, we're gonna talk about the EMAC interlude and shit like that. Again, another interlude. I don't really have that much shit to say about it. To be real with you, this is yeah. Now after that, we're gonna talk about knowing. Um, knowing was okay and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Andre 3000, he was on the hook. You just talking about, people knowing, their business and shit. You know what I'm saying? I like the line when he said the situation's ugly, like in Living Colors Wanda. Definitely love that line and shit. So yeah, pretty solid joint.
That was a dope track, yo. Andre on the chorus, brothers on the block knowing from this point on it only gets rougher. Sisters at the crib knowing. Fire joint. I wish Andre had a verse on this. He was just like on the chorus though.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. It's crazy. Some songs like you wish he had a verse on it. And just well, at least he produced the track, so that says something.
Right.
All right. After knowing, we're gonna talk about Flip Flop Rock. Um, this features Killer Mike and Jay Z.
Right.
Killer Mike pretty much saved the song, in my opinion. Um,
You think so?
I mean, yeah, I mean Jay's verse was cool, but it's like he could have done better and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cause with the song, it's just like flip flop, and I get it. They're talking about different things,
Mm-hmm.
from shoes to racial stereotypes and stuff like that.
Right.
But I just felt like Killer Mike and Big Boy did their thing. Well, Jay's verse was cool, but it was just like, could have done without it too.
It was good. I don't. I felt like popping tags with that Jay Z collab was better,
Yes,
but this was cool. Big Boy's verse I like better though. He said all my brothers is from my mama, but Andre's just the same. Ain't no uno, we a duo of deuce. Those two play a stiff in the competition. Press like Levi's touchskins or -1. -1 minus. -1 is negligible. I think that was it was dope. I feel like Poppin' Tags was a better collab with having Big Boy and Killer Mike on there with Jay.
Definitely. All right, let's all be nice in the chats now and shit. Let's all be nice in the chat. I
I'm always nice. I don't know what you're talking about.
no, not you, not you, not you. After that, it's another interlude. Jesus Christ. Which just talking about right, just talking about they've been together for 10 years and shit like that. Which okay, we get it and stuff like that. But
It's a woman that's doing this one, right? It's not Big Rube.
you said as a woman.
Yeah, I mean it don't sound like Big Rube. I know Big Rube is like the one that does the poetry. He usually did the poetry like interludes or whatever.
Uh,
But
I'm not.
it don't sound like Big Rube on this though. But this interlude, like I was saying, what's the other one? And Bow Tie. Those could have been the intros to this album.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, like even like the way that Big Boy was dressing, like for like the Grammys and different events, he was wearing like a lot of suits with bow ties anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Quanzo's Bentley was on the album and he was wearing a lot of bow ties as well. So I felt like bow tie the interlude should have been either the intro or this intro. Where the like the person is saying 10 strong, 10 long, long lasting. Get ready to bump Speakkkerboxx Love Below is 2 albums, but same old flow. That should have been the intro really.
I mean, I definitely see what you're saying and shit like that. And it's kind of funny how you say Big Boy was kind of stepping his fashion game up because this was the same year Jay-Z said change clothes and shit.
Right,
So
right. That's when everybody here was rocking the button ups with the fitted hats and
right.
like everybody wanted to look like Sean Carter.
And
I wasn't doing that because I don't
they
look.
still do.
And they still do.
Shit, there's only one Sean Carter.
Right,
Sean Jay-Z Carter. There's only one.
right.
But yeah, after that interlude, we're gonna talk about Reset. Reset again was a part of my favorite track off this disc right here. It features Cujo and CeeLo. Just talking about starting over. Trying to have a fresh, clean start and stuff. And it's kind of interesting too because this is actually CeeLo's first collaboration with Goody Mob since the World Party album, which that's to me their weakest album, if you ask me.
You think so? Nah, I think the one after that, the one that came out a couple years ago, that was bad.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That that was bad, and the one that they came out with was it last year? I heard a lot of people say that was like a bad one also.
well, yeah. I'll just stick to their first two albums
Yeah,
if I were y'all and shit like that. And if you wanted to look some solo stuff, I mean, CeeLo's '04 and The Lady Killer. I mean, if
that's
y'all
dope.
like that,
That's his best
yeah,
album. And like solo, that's his best album.
yes. If y'all want to stick to that, then I would and shit. You know what I'm saying?
His first one was good too, with the imperfections.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The one from '04.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one, and I like Lady Killer. Lady Killer was a good album.
definitely. All right. And so like, cause you guys should remember around this time, CeeLo and Goody Mob were kind of throwing shots at one another
Right.
and whatnot, and so it's kind of nice that they kind of like patch things up around this time too.
One
So
month. What they say? One monkey don't stop no show.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
That was about CeeLo.
Right. Yeah. The video was crazy too on that one,
Yeah.
and it's kind of crazy too because the year before, Cujo lost his leg, from the car accident and stuff like that too. So
Right.
being on this song kind of meant a lot for him too. So yeah, this one was very dope.
Yeah. This was a dope track. Really nice beat, nice bass on it. The singing by CeeLo. It's like one of those like get up and get out type of inspirational
Yeah,
song with a message. The chorus start over again. Everything happens for a reason. CeeLo to me killed it, and he's rapping on here, and I think people forgot that he could actually rap too, and not just sing. And he's saying but I'll be bringing God to the curb fight. You can't live forever, so have some fun, right? Life's a bowl of candy. You can have one, right? You can handle it tomorrow when it comes, right? You get used to you get used to singing it only for one night, but I intend to raise two daughters and a son, right? I definitely liked his verse on this one.
Definitely hear your point on that. All right, another interlude, D Boy, which was Henry Blount. She was like a comedian, or whatever. I didn't care for this bullshit, you know.
Right.
All right, Last Call. That's the next track off this album. Features Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, Mello and Slim Calhoun. Um, I didn't really care for this track to be real with you.
I love this joint. This is like early Little John and the East Side Boys. It had like it was like Big Boy meets Little John funk joint. I love the chorus to them niggas that be holding the wall. Fuck y'all, hit the floor, start shaking it off. Yes, y'all. What we drinking? Hennessy or Paul. We gonna do it till we can't, till we fall. Last call. I love that joint. Like Little John. I like Little John. Little John killed it.
Oh yeah,
Love the beat on this. It was dope. This should have ended the album instead. Like this would have been the
I
record to end the album instead of that. Like
I agree. Give me 1 second.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you and shit. Cause we didn't really need the bow tie postlude or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the whole Speakkkerboxx album. Overall, this was a good album, but like I said, re-listening to both Speakkkerboxx and Love Below, I've always felt like both of the albums were pretty flawed, yet it was good at the same time. And I felt like with this problem, it kind of had a bit. The sequencing was one of the issues with this album. Way too many fucking interludes that did not need to be there and shit like that. But is this his best solo album? No, because I'm more for So Lucious Left Foot nigga.
Same.
And I felt like, with Andre 3000 producing some of these tracks, which is, for the most part was pretty good. Some of the tracks kind of felt like Stankonia leftovers and stuff like that too. But it's a good album I will listen to from Big Boy. I'll give this album the Speakkkerboxx like 4 mics. I'll just give that 4 mics.
The only issue I have with the album, like listening to it again now after like so many years, is the interludes. Way too many interludes on here.
Yeah,
I think like I said, like there was like two or three that could have been the actual intro for the album, and instead he had like bow tie at the end of the album and the poetry joint like track 15. That could have been easily the album intro. Other than that, I think it's a solid album. Production was great. The songs, the features. I want to know why there was like 6 songs from both of their albums on the Idlewild soundtrack.
that's
You
a
know what I'm
good
saying?
question.
And so it's like they just threw those 6 songs on the Idlewild soundtrack and then did everything else around those 6 songs. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
minus those two things, I thought it was a good album. The way you move is a huge hit. Everybody knows that song. And, I liked a lot of the other songs on here. Reset, War, Tomb of the Boom, Last Call with Little John, Knowing. I would definitely give this 4 mics. I think it's a good album.
Yeah, I definitely hear your point about that. All right, I'm about to go heat up something downstairs, and I'm gonna go do Love Below and shit. Okay. This shit's
That's Calling Me was dope, man. Like I've always been a Little Jam fan, so I think that was like a dope crunk joint. I appreciate the double album now, though. Like when it first came out, I wasn't a fan of. Well, I wasn't a fan of Speakerboxx compared to the Love Below. I think Love Below was the better album, but listening to the album again after all these years, it's definitely a dope album. Infamy is a dope album too. He's supposed to do a review on that. I don't know when he's doing it though.
All right, spaghetti is on low. Let's do this. All right. Love Below, Andre's only solo album. Shit, because he ain't gonna get another one soon.
He got writer's block for 20 years.
Shit. Andre's only solo album. Let's get started. Track number one, the Love Below intro. Excuse me. Nice way to begin the song out, the album out. Way better intro, really, than the speaker box and shit like that. It's just that he was just saying some say Atlanta, some say New York, some say Paris, France, but who knows where this flower grows and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and the way he described it is like each story on this album describes a different experience with a different woman. That's from what I looked up, but hey, who cares?
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
I think it was a good intro. Andre singing, and it has like it's a different type of intro. Let me say, like with this album, like he really experimented, with different sounds as solo artist. So it
Definitely.
wasn't an intro I was expecting, but it was different.
Yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying about that.
Yeah.
I now when they come to Love Hater and stuff like that, love this fucking track right here. Love this fucking track. Definitely a very good track and stuff like that. Um, what I got from this track was like motherfuckers who are in love, and you always have that one motherfucker who's just a hater and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like Andre has sympathy for that because it's like everybody needs love too, no matter how much hate you have in your heart, pretty much. So that's one thing I got from that track.
I've been in that situation where like you're talking to somebody and like you have a homeboy that they might not like the person that you're with, and you find any negative things to point out about that person, and you're like, oh well, she ain't that cute. Why you with her? Or her pussy stink. Why why you with her? Stuff like that. So I like the track. I like the song. It was real jazzy. It had like a Frank Sinatra type of vibe to it. It was like this is like I'm listening to like Frank Sinatra.
Right,
It was like real like jazzy doo wop, type of thing that I didn't. I not again. It wasn't a song that I expected to hear from Andre. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what was his intentions was with this. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just everybody needs somebody to love before they deliver. That was like the message for the song. It was different.
yeah, very different song indeed. And yeah, Tim, those keys were very beautiful and shit. Here we have another interlude, which Andre praying to God, pretty much wanting God to bring him a girl that can satisfy his soul.
With a big booty.
Yeah, pretty much. Careful what you careful what you pray for. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit.
basically like him, and then he realize when he's talking to God, he realizes that God is a woman,
Yeah.
and then he's like, life ain't easy. I just want somebody that I can smooth it out with, and she ain't gotta have a big booty, but she gotta be well nicely proportioned, and you know what I mean. That was funny.
Very very funny indeed. Happy Valentine's Day is the next track. And it's pretty much him saying he's very upset with people that don't believe in Cupid and shit like that. Cause like I said, everyone's need for love, which is like the general theme of this whole album.
Hmm.
Everyone's need for love, and don't be afraid to express your feelings. And so here comes Valentine's Day, which fuck Valentine's Day. I've always hated that holiday and shit. Uh, that's the one day people are, oh, you gotta love this person. Like,
Hmm.
fuck out of here.
But I mean, I think it's more for women. I think women like they use that as like a test for men. Like, oh, let me see how much you really care about me on this day. And I think it's just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's not a real holiday. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's off from work or school for Valentine's Day. People take off from that date, but it's not no official holiday. Like, if you love somebody, then you should love them 365 days of the year, not just one day.
Thank you.
So I just think it's just some made up shit.
And mind you, Valentine's Day was based off of fucking murder and shit. So
Right. Saint
that's
Valentine's Day. Right.
yeah. I'm looking at myself like, okay.
That was the day 50 Cent was gonna drop Get Rich or Die Trying. He was
I
gonna
thought that was
call
the massacre.
he was gonna. I think one the master was gonna call it we had a
Saint
series of
Valentine's
different right. It had a different
Saint
titles.
Valentine's Day massacre. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. That go ahead.
I was saying I like this song. Like I think the song it was even though he didn't mention that on the song, but it was like Dre was he wanted to be loved, but he was skeptical at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So when he's like saying but if you ain't a sweetie, then Didi I won't endorse Han Solo till I'm hit with the bullets, so may the force be with you, and I'll hit you when the better time permits. skeptical about love. And he's asking all these questions. Like, it's harder for him because he is a celebrity, and you don't know. You come across a lot of thought chicks and a lot of you know chicks that could be like side pieces, and he might be looking for that one special woman, and you don't know who has the right intentions because of your fame and people seeing you on TV all the time. So there might be people that just want to get with you because of your name and your fame, or there might be that one person that might actually want to be with you in spite of that, that you can see past that. But he's skeptical at the same time. So I definitely understand what he's saying in the lyrics, and I like the little Star Wars reference that you mentioned, Solo. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely, definitely. Um, Track number 5, Spread. Love this fucking track and stuff like that. Like da 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 da. I love that melody and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And he pretty much, this is the part of the story where he actually finds a woman that satisfies his needs or whatever and shit like that.
right.
Pretty much like one of the climactic parts of this whole album and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love the drums on this. The drum patterns. Love the drum patterns on this. You got the pianos. You got the scratching. You got moaning on the song. You got rooster sounds on the song. It's all over the place. Like definitely a dope ass song. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, man. Like it's just
And this was like um how he went from the last track. How he went from Valentine's Day to Spread, and he's like basically like telling the woman like, yo, like I want to have kids with you. You know what I'm saying? And have a
hmm
family, and it's, you could definitely see like it's a story going on with this album with each track.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And that's one of the things I liked about the concept of the whole love thing is very strong and shit.
Right.
All right. Next track is "Where Are My Panties." This is actually my favorite interlude off this whole album, believe it or not, and shit like that. So after the one night stand, the girl's like trying to think to herself, like, where the fuck's her panties at, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then Andre is thinking, she's really the one, and he don't want her to think that he just thinks of her as a hoe or whatever
Right.
and stuff. So it was a pretty interesting track.
Yeah, I liked it. This should have been like a full song because like just the way that it start off, like he's waking up telling him next morning the girl is looking for her panties to leave, and she got all these things that she's thinking about, like is he gonna think I'm a hoe for the nasty shit that she was doing to him last night, and she was drunk and it was her birthday, so she didn't care. And she's like, maybe I should lay down and let him touch my booty, and you know what I'm saying. And then you get Dre's thought process, and he's waking up feeling good after getting some ass, and then he's like, maybe I should make some breakfast for her. You know what I'm saying? Then he's like, maybe I might just lay here and lay on her booty just to see what she do with it. And he's thinking, is she the one? Is she a one night stand? These are things that people, men and women, think about. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was like a realistic, like people could relate to the interlude, and they should have made like a full song around the whole interlude. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I thought it was dope.
Shit. That would have been a dope song, but then it led to the greatest song off this whole album. And if you guys watch my channel, you guys would know how much I adore this fucking track. I think I'm in love again. Bow, 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 woo! Man, let me get myself ready. Let me get myself ready for this one. Whew. Now I've heard a lot of Print S tracks over the years, and I'm about to go check the spaghetti after I talk about this track. I've heard Beck's Deborah, which that was a good track. Sierra's Promise. Um, Hell, I would probably even say Lenny Kravitz. It ain't over until it's over. Had a little Prince esque to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I know about my Lenny. Trust
I
me.
know you do. I know.
Shit. What else? But this track was probably the closest that really embodied that Prince esque kind of sound.
Right.
Cause I can really see Prince doing a track like this, especially during the musicology, Rainbow Children era. But yeah, and the track I'm talking about is Prototype. Very, very dope track. You know, he just feels like he found a girl of his dreams. And I love the look he had in the video with the white hair,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like an alienist kind of vibe and whatever.
Alien.
Yeah. And look, I forgot to mention, guess who he actually wrote this song for?
Who?
Janet Jackson.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Janet could have pulled this off.
Yeah. I love Janet, but this now no.
Yeah. Now your friend that's the Janet lover, he might think differently though. Your friend has been on here, Lamar. He might say
Lamar,
differently.
yeah.
Lamar might say
What?
differently, but I don't know if I don't know if I can hear Janet on this. I can definitely hear Prince on this though.
Yeah, Prince, definitely. Hell, I can even hear Solange on this one.
Mm.
Maybe.
I'm not that. You're more familiar with her music than I've only heard "Seat at the Table." So
Okay. But yeah, and the lyrics, like, again, it's very simplistic, but at the same time, very poignant at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when in the first verse, today must be my lucky day. It kind of gives the way he's singing it gives me Prince Adore vibes. Insatiable, maybe a little bit of Damn You and stuff like that. So definitely a very, very solid joint and very underrated. I never hear OutKast fans talk about this track.
they want to
It's
hear him rap.
always the, huh?
They want to hear him rap all the time.
Right. And hey, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? But this is definitely one of my all-time favorite, not just OutKast song, one of my favorite R&B, maybe songs of the 2000s. Period.
It's a
My
great
favorite
song.
single off this album.
Very melodic. Love the beat and the guitars, the bass is really funky. And he's singing. He not rapping on this song at all. Like he's singing, and it still came out fire. You know what I'm saying? Like definitely classic record. I can definitely hear Prince on this. It gave me the weakest album.
Definitely, definitely. All right. I'm gonna let you go on to the next song. I'm gonna catch up whenever you go on and shit.
Alright. Ronnie said, "What about Shaka Khan? Stick it on us." I don't know. Maybe, maybe like on the chorus. Maybe I don't know if I could hear Shaka. I think Andre probably had Prince in mind when he was doing this song, but definitely a good record. The video was good too. Track 8, "She Lives in My Lap." That was a great beat. Nice beat on that and 808s. Really thought melody. Zaria Dawson, the actress, is also on this track with Andre. The scratches was dope. Andre singing on here. A lot of, I think, like I said, I think Andre really came out of his show. Like from, he separated his persona in Outcast, and then he did this album and really experimented with different sounds and melodies and stuff. And he was singing on a lot of these joints. You know what I'm saying? And then this is back when a lot of Outcast fans didn't expect him to sing. He wasn't just rapping; he was singing and he was carrying the melody. And a lot of these songs were great.
All right, where we at?
She lives in my lap.
Okay, she lives in my lap. This features Rosario Dawson. Dawson. Very dope actress, by the way. You know what I'm saying? You know, she was in Men in Black 2. She was in Zookeeper, all that shit. Definitely another dope song. Again, It kind of the title reminds me of the Prince song. She's always in my hair. Very dope beat. I think that was the B side to Raspberry Beret, if I'm not mistaken, and stuff like that. Check out the D'Angelo cover of that track, by the way. But yeah, this one again was a very dope track right here. Um, yes, he did use the Isaac Hazley's. I think he used Isaac Hazley's sample, "Hung Up on My Baby," which was famously used by the Ghetto Boys for their magnum opus. Well, signature song, "My Mom Playing Tricks on Me" and shit. Which that's not. I love that song and shit like that. But there's other Ghetto Boys songs kind of play a little high, like "Mind Up for Lunatic." But we'll talk about that one day.
Yeah, but this song, like, yeah, like right here, she was in He Got Game. She played Lala in He Got Game.
Yep.
Ray Allen's shiesty ass girlfriend. Classic movie. I love the song. It was dope. It was good. Like Rosario. Why did he pick Rosario for this song? Was he dating her back then?
I don't even understand why he did a lot of this shit on this album, to be real with you. So,
I never heard her on songs before. So I'm like, why Rosario that song?
well, why did Big Daddy Kane pick Malcolm X's daughter for that song and shit for Taste of Chocolate?
Who knows?
Right.
I don't need the Nation of Islam mad at me. So who knows?
Well, okay, I found an interview, and this is what she said, and I quote: Andre 3000 called me to come in and do the Shit in My Lap music video, and then I ended up in the studio singing it a little bit, and then it was like, well, now it's not going to be like a music video anymore. It's going to be like a Michael Jackson Thriller mini movie. Now it's turning into Idlewild. I think Andre 3000 is absolutely remarkable and really, really incredible, just beautiful.
Were they doing Out of Wild the same time they did this album?
That's a good question. Cause I thought they started on Idlewild maybe like '04.
Mm.
But again, I have to really look into this shit. So yeah, which the Idlewild review that might be coming before the year's over. So we just wrap up Outcasts and shit.
We did a criminal, right?
Oh yeah, the re-review. Cause yeah, we did. I know I did ATL solo. We did Southern Playalistic Cadillac music, but I did say I was gonna review a criminal because I didn't like the. That was one of my first reviews, and y'all know how I feel about that one and shit. Plus, my opinion changed on that album over the years. So, Ray Sean, what's up, bro?
What's good?
Yeah. Now, hey ya, this is probably the everyone's favorite or the most known track off this album. Um, it's a dark ass song.
You're the first person to tell me that. 'Cause I didn't know the meaning behind it.
Yeah, and I love happy dappy songs with like a dark meaning behind it. I don't know what it is and shit. It's like it's because like when I see people like jamming like yeah, I'm just like y'all are really not listening to the lyrics of this shit. Like Van Halen's "Jump" is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants to jump, everybody wants to have fun and party, but motherfucker is talking about a nigga killing himself on a ledge and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So and with this track right here, the story with this track was pretty much just like the breakup of relationship and stuff like that. And a lot of people thought he was talking about, of course, what's her name, Erica Badu, but he was just pretty much talking about like relationships in general, and just lyrics like, now we're gonna break this thing down in just a few seconds. Now don't have me break this thing down for nothing. Now I want to see y'all on your baddest behavior, shit like that. And then, in the beginning and stuff like that, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this is I know for sure. That's pretty much him saying to himself, "Oh, his girl is good to him, even though he knows that she's not the right one for him and stuff." You know what I'm saying? And so, when we come to the second verse, he's wondering like, what is the purpose of this relationship? With lyrics like, what's the lyrics? He said, but separates always better when there's feelings involved. If what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes it? Then what makes it? Then what makes it? Then what makes what? Y'all know what I'm saying and shit like that. And then I love the line where he said, "Are we in so in denial what we know we're not happy here?" You know what I'm saying? So I love how honest it is, but the poppy beat and stuff like that is like a nice little hook, nice little grab to gravitate the public's attention. Now, the music video, probably one of the most iconic music videos in hip hop history, if you ask me. They redid the whole Beatles Ed Sullivan show when they did "I Want to Hold Your Hand"
Right.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that video actually got them Video of the Year in the BET Awards, Soul Train Awards, VMAs, and shit like that. Um, hey y'all, the song itself won a few awards and accolades. Like it was nominated for Record of the Year, but you know we gotta find out who won that shit. So
They got like a couple for record of the year.
Coldplay of all people won with Clocks. Really?
Yeah, Clocks is a classic record. I love that.
I'm tired of that. Dee 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 dee. I'm tired of that stupid shit. But they did win for best urban alternative performance. Okay,
Yeah.
and they were nominated for music video. You see, even back then the Grammys,
Hmm.
because everybody was bumping "Hey Ya," "Hey Ya," everyone was bumping that. But the album itself won Album of the Year in Grammys, so I'm not really complaining too much. So yeah, classic joint. I love "Hey Ya." They try froze. Yeah, he froze up. Shit. Was Yeah, Hey Ya shows multiple clones of Andre 3000. Yep, it sure did. Rose's video was that West Side Story theme. Yo, what we're gonna talk about Roses and shit. No, what happened with Gibbs and Jim Jones? Shit. Okay, there he goes. Okay, that Wi-Fi.
I guess I can handle that shit.
Hmm. But you heard what I said about Hey Ya.
I heard like the part where you said it.
Okay, so it was just like I was talking about the awards. I love this song.
Yes, the awards. Yes, that part.
Yeah, won best urban alternative.
Right. Well, I mean, it's an alternative song though.
Yeah, but it definitely deserved that record of the year because everybody was really bumping that shit.
I got tired of this song. I got. I saw this video every day on TRL. They were playing this shit. I got to the point where, like, the same way I felt about Miss Jackson, they were playing that shit to death. They played this to death. This
Well, yeah.
They were playing this years after it came out. I got tired of this song, but it was a different song, a different sound for Andre. Like I said, like it was this whole album was a different look and sound for him. It's a great record. I just got tired of it.
Yeah, and I can understand because the same way how you feel about Hey Y'all, it's the same way I feel about Miss Jackson
Right.
and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I kind of prefer Hey Y'all for more of its authenticity and shit. You know what I'm saying? So understandable. All right. From one single to the next one is gonna be Roses. Now, Roses, believe it or not, was actually the first OutKast song I've actually heard.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I remember I saw the video on BET
Mm,
late at night.
right.
They had like I said, the whole West Side Story feel.
Yes.
Paula Abdul was in it. She was hot off American Idol. Of course, Fonz Bentley was there. Phase on Love, Cat. Like it was just like a very star-studded video and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Classic, iconic song and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Very, very dope, very smooth, very jazzy and shit like that. I know you wanna think, yo, shit
Shit
don't
don't
stink,
stink,
but
but
get a
get a
little
little
bit
bit
closer,
closer.
see.
See, roses
Roses
really
really
smell
smell
like
like
boo
boo
hoo
hoo
hoo.
hoo.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, roses really smell like boo hoo hoo.
fire.
Caroline. I gotta say my line, right? Hold on. I gotta say my line. Um, I hope she's speeding on the way to the club, trying to hurry up to get to a bar or a singer or something like that, and trying to put on the makeup in the mirror and crash into a ditch. Just playing. Yes, love that. Classic song.
Great Outcast collab. This is our Outcast collab. Big Boy's on this joint, and the organs on it, the piano, the beat, fire, and Big Boy saying, "Well, she got a hot body, but her attitude is potty." When I met her at a party, she was hardly acting normal. I said, "Shorty, would you call me?" She said, "Pardon me, are you balling?" I said, "Darling, you sound like a prostitute pausing." Fire, fire. I love his flow on the beat. The video was dope, and he mentioned like had the West Side. That's what we vibe to it, and they doing over that movie that's coming out. I think it's out already.
Yeah, it came out.
The remake. So I haven't seen it. I remember watching the original one when I was like little, but
Never
this
cared
was a
for it.
dope song. Definitely a dope Outcast collab, and it was dope. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I never cared for West Side Story.
The original one I liked. I liked it. I don't know how they. I didn't see the remake version, but the original one was good.
True. Alright, another interlude we don't care for. Pretty much good day, good sir.
They talking all proper on this joint.
Right. It's pretty much a play on the Abbott and Costello routine, who's on first.
Right.
Classic comedy routine and shit like that. If y'all remember the Living Color sketch where David Allen Greer and Damon Wayans portrayed Al Sharpton and Louis Farrakhan respectively, they did like a play on that too,
Right.
which that was hilarious and shit. So nothing really to say about it.
Right. This an interlude.
Mm-hmm. All right. Track number 12. Behold a Lady. Some of these titles, man, I tell you. Pretty much with this track right here, it's just a little upbeat song, which is again Andre's talking about his perfect lady, whatever and shit like that. It's solid, but got kind of repetitive at this point, man. It's like okay, we get it.
Yeah. It was cool. Like I like the beat. You know what I mean? And just Andre singing about wanting to know where did all the good girls go, and it was cool.
Definitely. I now we're gonna get into Pink and Nice. I mean Pink and Blue. I love the way how he samples the Leah track in the beginning, like age ain't nothing, age ain't like the way he sampled it. It sounds like it could have been that sampled today and stuff like that. Just the way he did that, you know what I'm saying? With this track right here, he's talking about pretty much like a cougar and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? His new lady he's fantasizing about is like an older lady, more sophisticated lady and shit. Um, and he pretty much pretty pink and blue because it represents like girls and boys. Girls were pink and
Right.
boys are more always like blue or whatever. But yeah,
And nowadays is different. Nowadays it's totally backwards.
you know what?
The
You know
boys turn
what?
into pink. Like, what's that about?
I blame Cameron.
Right. Man, this was a dope song. This was a dope little joint. It's really like a stripped down type of beat, and the guitars in it was dope. He had like a little orchestra play at the end, the strings and all that.
definitely. Um, Track number 14 on this one, Love and War. A very dope track. It's like a little ballad and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Just them Andre trying to declare his love, trying to fight for his love or whatever. Pretty solid.
Yeah, I like the synthesizers on this. It's fire.
Ronnie said he used the Why Can't We Be Friends Together. Yeah, that's the same sample Drake used for Hotline Bling 2 and shit, you
Oh,
know.
that's the same one.
Yeah. Which I'm not gonna lie, that beat was fire. That's like the only thing I like about that Hotline Bling, that beat and shit.
That was overplayed as fuck, but that was fire.
Oh, don't even get me. My whole sophomore year in college,
Mm,
everybody either remade this song or played this song.
yeah.
I mean, it was a good song. It was better than most Drake songs I've heard, but it's like the videos will ruined it for me.
You like the video?
I
Wasn't
hated the video.
a big thing about him trying to dance in the video?
Man,
Well, if he was a dancer, then you still would have hate for him. So let's leave him out.
you used to call me on the cell phone.
I like that. That's one of his dopest records, man. I definitely
Yeah.
enjoyed it. The song. Erica Badu did a rendition of it.
Oh, when Eric best version, best version, way soulful and shit.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, Drake had a good 2015, but not Kendrick's
I don't
2015.
like that video though. I mean the video. I don't like the album. Like I can't think came from a shitty ass album.
If you're reading this, is too late.
No,
Views.
views. Yeah,
Oh,
but he had like some of his biggest hits. One controller and one dance. But I don't like the whole album though.
I hate that Views album. Hate that Views album and shit. But hey, anyway, after that is the She's Alive. I think we're talking about She's Alive, featuring no, this one not this not features Khalees. This one again, this one was a pretty cool track, very smooth, very laid back and whatnot. I got the feeling like he was talking about his mom on this track right here. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the chorus, like the boy to raise at a young age, no help from him, but she's alive. To be made strong, but all alone. Must be a pain, but she's alive. Yeah, man, they're very, very, very dope track. And the trivia, he wanted Anita Baker to be on this track and stuff like
Really?
that. Yeah.
She said no.
I don't know. He just said he really wanted Anita Baker to sing it and shit. So interesting.
That would have been dope. Definitely. I think it's a dope ballad. Good melodically. I could hear Nita Baker on it.
Yeah, man. Speaking of Anita, we gotta finish the discography after we finish Usher's and shit. So
Yeah, we have to.
I mean, like I said, my one of my day ones, I but now I thought y'all liked the later Ushers, like Raymond versus Raymond.
I like that. I don't like anything after that.
Well, like with the LL, we'll probably just do a double review just to knock it out the park and shit. Um, Dracula's Wedding with Khalees. Did not like this song.
Like this song.
Nah,
I have some issues with this song. First of all, it's too short. That's number one. Number two,
that's my favorite.
Khalees. Khalees, what the hell was she singing about? Because she's mentioning making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and with Van Helsing. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Is this a horrorcore song or is this a love song? You know,
That
he's talking about his castle and biting people. What
that
the
was
fuck?
my issue. It was
What?
way too much.
It's like a horrorcore love song. What the fuck am I hearing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I felt like yo, like this song should have been on. This should have been like for the movie Van Helsing or for Blackula or some shit. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I like the beat, you know what I'm saying? But he's like when he's saying like, oh, you're all I ever wanted, but I'm terrified of you. Sick my castle may be haunted, but I'm terrified of you. I've cast my spell on millions, but I'm terrified of you. Baby, I do this from the ceiling, but so it's like, was he playing like he's Dracula, like he's like sleeping on the ceiling and shit?
Like I said, I didn't know. I didn't like the song 'cause I didn't know exactly what to take from it and shit. You know what I'm saying?
story is this about? Like, are you
Exactly.
low key wanting to play like Dracula in bed with a shorty? I don't understand this. The melody was dark and everything.
Yeah, like this is probably my least favorite song. Off the whole album as a whole. To be real with you, and Khalees is in the quiet taste for me. So
What made him want to pick Khalees for this song?
shit. I guess because she was like the hot experimental. No, no, I'm being for real. Like she was like the hot experimental artist at that time and shit. So
And I'm guessing she was like what the bride of Dracula.
I guess so.
This is funny.
Yeah. How many songs we got left?
You got to do more than just make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for me, Chief. I'm sorry, I don't need peanut butter and jelly sandwiches like that. If you don't know how to actually like cook in the kitchen, that's gonna be a problem for us.
I have not had a PB and J sandwich in years,
I
yo.
can make my own PB and J sandwich. Like you gotta actually like throw down in the kitchen with pots and pans for you to be wifey. Like if you just gotta, I don't know what grown ass man is gonna be like. Oh, well she can make me some bomb ass PB and J sandwiches. Let me marry her. No, you gotta do more than that.
You'll be surprised though.
Really?
Trust and believe.
Who?
You'll be
Like
surprised.
a teenager? I don't know. I'm talking about a grown ass man. I ain't talking
You,
about
like I said,
I don't know
I
how many
know
men that even eat PB and J no more.
I
Shit.
have a friend that pretty much his girl makes him PB and J's on occasion.
Really?
I am not
And
lying.
she good in bed. She got bomb pussy and all that. She giving good
Well,
head.
that's not my business though, but
I'm saying I would ask the nigga like, yo, like is she the bomb in bed? Because if she making you PB and J, but she terrible, like why the fuck are you still with her?
well, she sometimes regrets fucking him sometimes, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, so he's the problem. Okay.
Yeah, where we at? I'm gonna let you go to my favorite things. I'm gonna check on the spaghetti.
Favorite things. It was an instrumental drum bass. You like the instrumentals. You like when Andre gets to showcase some of his production skills on here. It's hard to be one of the best lyricists all time and to be on the production board making beats. And when you're singing on here, also you like ran through different hats in the studio for this album. So I liked it. Sampling that classic track, My Favorite Things, has been sampled by a lot of people. Saigon sampled it, and there's some other artists I can't remember right now who sampled the shit, but definitely a dope instrumental. Take Off Your Cool, track 18, that was dope. Really nice. That's another short track. It should have been longer. It should have had vocals on it. Another instrumental, pianos on it, guitars. So for a lot of these like later tracks, he was showcasing his production on here. Track 19, Vibrate. That was I really like that song. It had like a warped beat to it. 808s on here, saxophone, like nice saxophone playing. Pianos is nice. Background vocals. Um, you got the chorus, every boy and girl coming to man. If you feel me, done the best you can. Motherfucking ragged, join the band. Rock with. That was the chorus for that song. That was a dope song. Definitely enjoyed that production. Um, yeah. Talk about track 20. That's like the last track. But this is definitely a different type of album. Like the instrumentals was on here. Speakkkerboxx label.
God damn. Shit, almost burnt my shit. But I didn't burn nothing. But anyway, I did not care for my. I never liked my favorite
You didn't like
things.
the instrumental?
I never cared for the sound of music.
Uh,
I hated. I always hated that fucking song. The only version that I've always kind of liked was the John Coltrane version. That's the only version of my favorite things I like. So
okay.
yeah. Anyway, take off your cool with Nora Jones. Love this fucking track. You know what I'm saying? Nora Jones. She's a uh R&B jazz artist and shit like that. She was just coming out.
Right.
Well, she was still popping, coming out around this time too. So,
I think she has a new album. They want to
oh really?
yeah.
Okay, bad. So yeah, this was a very hot joint. It's just pretty much them talking about how they want their lovers to be themselves and shit.
They needed more vocals for it though.
Fact.
They needed a lot of vocals for this song.
That's all you had to say. No more vocals.
It needed more vocals. It was a short track. You know.
Got you. All right. Next track is called "Vibrate," which this song is pretty much about masturbation.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh wow. I couldn't tell by the lyrics.
yeah. Sometimes when it's late at night and you have no one to talk to, here's what you do: you go through a raggedy cell phone about
What
2 or 3 times.
what
Tracy ain't home.
what is motherfucker wagon join the band mean?
You said what?
Wait, the part where he says motherfucker wagon join the band. What does that mean?
Shit. I guess because you're making music down there. That's pretty much it. Shit.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, you're making music down there. So da, 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 da.
Okay.
Mm. But yeah, this was an interesting song. I,
Right.
I don't think I've ever heard a hip hop song about masturbation or R&B. Whatever you want to call this album.
Yeah. Even the beat is different. It got like a good type of sound to it.
Right. Definitely had like a P Funk feel to it,
Yeah.
like something you could probably hear from that Motor Booty Affair album and shit. Alright, last song, "The Life in the Day of Benjamin Andre," which is an incomplete song and whatever. Pretty interesting song again because like poem slash song or whatever and stuff like that, where it's pretty much Andre giving a synopsis of his life. When him and Big Boy started OutKast to like getting mainstream success to like actually changing. The South got something to say. All that fucking shit. Meeting Erica Badu, and the reason why he calls this incomplete. I guess it's because
He's still living.
he's still living. Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like that's pretty clever and shit like that too. So I liked it.
Yeah. So
Fuck.
if anything, if anything, if he should ever pass away before Big Boy could finish the song and give his verse.
Right.
Like how it was, what it was like with his first meeting of Andre and when they formed the group and met the Dungeon family and the rise to fame and all that. And so hopefully that we won't ever get to hear that. But if he should ever go, Big Boy can finish the song. They call it completion or something, part two or whatever. But I thought it was a great retrospective song and to end the album off. And you mentioned Erica Badu getting with her and how when she made the song Tyrone, a lot of people thought it was about him and it wasn't about him. He's like, my name ain't Tyrone, so how could it be about me? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And meeting Big Boy and starting the group and his rise to fame. And he said, "You dropped me off by the dungeon, never came in, but I knew that you were wondering. Now are these niggas in this house up to something? Selling crack, sack to sack, so they could function. Well, yes and no. Yes, we were selling it, but the money wasn't blow. Cooking in the basement and knew it as a show. Then grabbed the microphone, everybody go ho. So I love that. And this is the way to end the album goes. You know what I'm saying? Like for the whole concept of the album and dealing, talking about love and relationships and fucking Dracula and stuff like that, and get to the last song and it's like a retrospective song of his life and calling it incomplete because he's still here, living. It's a unfinished story, so I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great track, nice beat, eerie melody feel. It was dope.
Yeah, very, very dope track. I what can I say about the Love Below? It's an album that you're not gonna love the first listen. I'm gonna be quite honest. 'Cause when I first heard this one, I liked it. I thought it was like different as fuck. But then probably took me like a good 5 listens to really appreciate it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Um, this album was kind of like ahead of its time in a way, but at the same time, I kind of felt like Common's Electric Circus was the precursor to that sound. Like it was pretty much a precursor to that kind of sound in a way and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, this whole album was original. It's something you can listen to the lyrics a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is like the only Three Stacks album that's here and shit like that. So that's saying a lot. I'll give this a 4.5 out of 5.
I loved it from off the bat. Like I said, like I love this more than Speakkkerboxx. I thought it was. This is Andre branching out and announcing to the world that he's here as a solo artist and doing different things, and I love that. And the production was great, and he was wearing different hats in the studio. Like he was rapping, he was singing, he was producing. That's hard to do. A lot of artists can't do both, or some can't even do one, let alone three all at once. And I love the whole album concept, and it's a great album. Roses, Prototype, Spread, She's Alive, classic album. Five mentions.
Yeah, definitely.
We need another Andre album. You got to give us one. Like I can't believe he's still at Waters Black for all these years. I think his line really ain't done. And we ain't mentioned the short skit.
Oh,
Not a
right.
short skit, but yeah, that was. It's not a track. It's just a short skit. So, um, I don't know if the Grammy edition said that it's listed, but my edition is listed as skit of the year. So,
Yes, sir. All right. So now we're gonna talk about the best hip hop produced for live every year since '79. Part
I want to
two.
see this list. I want to see this shit.
You're gonna be disappointed. That's all I'm gonna
I'm gonna be
say.
disappointed. Well, it's
Yeah.
comedy, so
All right. 1979. Of course, we got the late great Sylvia Robinson.
okay.
Oh, Rapper's Delight. You know what I'm saying?
I see that.
Um. Okay. So like I said, I'm gonna skim through like the early to mid '80s and shit. So in 1980, we got Rocky Ford and J.B. Moore.
Okay.
They did Curtis Blow's album and stuff like that. Okay, Curtis Blow, 1980s album, classic one.
Yes.
1981, we got Pumpkin and Friends. They did Treacherous Three's Feel the Heartbeat, Do It, Disco 4. Pretty much the Enjoy Records catalog of that year and shit. 1982, Arthur Baker. He did African Bombard's Planet Rock. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Classic shit.
Definitely.
Now, here we go. 1983, we got the man, the legend, Mr. Larry Smith.
Larry Smith, Houdini.
Yes.
What y'all know about that?
Yes, yes. This is when he did Run DMC's first album,
Yes.
Money Dollar Bill, y'all. Jimmy Spicer,
Yep.
Love Bug Starskis, You Gotta Believe. Honorable mentions are Curtis Blow, Arthur Baker, Gene Michael, Basquiat, Lace Nares. Also has 1984. Adding the Houdini mix. You
Yes.
know, 1985 we got Mr. Rick Rubin.
Yes. The legend.
Yes, King of Rock, LL Cool J's radio album
Yes.
and stuff like that. Honorable mentions include Marley Marl, Curtis Mantronics, and Full Force.
Full Force. Another underrated group.
Yes, this is way before NSYNC and Britney Spears and all that.
Decent cult name.
Right. In 1986, we got Rick Rubin again, which no surprise here, no competition. This is the year we got the legendary Raising Hell album, License to Ill. Honorable mentions include Teddy Riley, Marley Marl, and Daddy O
Daddy
of
O.
Sessa Scotted.
Daddy O. The bifocal.
Talking all that jazz, man.
You know what I mean?
That In Full Gear album is a hip hop classic. I don't care what nobody says.
Stupid.
Before the Roots, it was Sessa
Bobby
Sonic.
Simmons, y'all, they don't know about Bobby Simmons and Flavor Vid, Joe.
Nope,
You know what I mean?
nope. They don't. All right. 1987, we got Mr. Said G himself, the man with five rap voices and shit. You know what I'm saying? Critical Beatdown. Well, mind you, this is Criminal Minded. Excuse me and shit.
Classic.
Yes. Honorable mentions include Marley Marl, um, DJ Eddie F of Heavy D and the Boys,
F. Underrated.
and Herbie Lovebug Azor.
Herbie Lovebug. Who
Yes.
kept it kid and played it.
1988, no competition. We got Marley Marl.
Of course.
I mean, we even have to go down the catalog
Come on.
of this year. Long Live the Cane, Shan's Born to Be Wild, In Control Volume 1, Going Off, um, dropping the first single for Cool G rapper DJ Polar Poison.
Yep. Yep. That's not even counting his 90s shit, you know?
Right. Honorable mentions include DJ Mark the 45 King, The
Underrated.
Bomb Squad,
Underrated.
yes, and the late great Paul C. Yeah.
Yes. Rest in peace.
Give me one quick second.
This man, he did rap and rock. That's hard to do.
Gotta make sure everything was turned off and shit.
Yeah.
1989, Prince Paul.
Prince Paul.
This time he dropped De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising.
Yes.
And that was pretty much his only credential, which that says a lot, in my opinion. So,
Right. He started the whole skits on albums. That was him.
that was him.
You know what I mean?
Honorable mentions include the Dust Brothers, who did Beastie Boys' Paul's Boutique album,
Yes.
Howie T, which was Chubb Rock's main nigga, and DJ Mark the 45 King.
Rest in peace. Howie T.
Yes. Well, how did Howie T die?
I forgot. That's Uncle Howie. That's Ill Bill. That's
Oh shit.
his boy. I want to say that's the same cat. Unless I'm confusing them. I know Howie T did Color Me Bad, the first album.
Really?
Yeah, I want to set you up. That was him.
Oh wow. Okay. Um. Now we're gonna get to 1990, the Bomb Squad. I mean, this was the year they did Fear for Black Planet and America's Most Wanted, so this was no competition.
Important rap album.
I agree.
Definitely.
Honorable mentions include Sir Jinx, Ice Cube's man, of course, Tony D, who was Poor Righteous Teacher's cat, and Large Professor. Excuse me. Now, 1991. Okay, they put DJ Quick on this one in 1991, and this was a tough year because the honorable mentions you had KG,
Yeah.
you had Ant Banks,
Yeah.
and Cole 187. But I was kind of disappointed they didn't have Q-Tip
Right.
for as an
Where's
honorable mention.
Q-Tip at, yo? Yo,
Right.
they didn't acknowledge his greatness then.
I was very disappointed. 'Cause don't get me wrong, Ant Banks, Cold, Ant Banks, Cold, and KG, they were all doing their thing, and Quick deserved the title because Quick is the name, is to this day that fucking album and stuff like that. But Low End Theory was arguably one of the most influential albums of '91, and not and for him not to get an honorable mention. I mean, come on, man,
Blasphemy.
for real. All right, so I told you. And mind you, yeah, this year, Quick is the name. Bitch better have my money from AMG, High C Scanless, and Second to None's self-titled debut, which I need to get my hands on that album though. 1992, the Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. DRE.
Yes, Deep Cover and The Chronic he came out with this year. Honorable mentions include DJ Muggs,
Muggs.
Pete Rock, and Mr. Diamond D.
Come on. Is this Eric's son in there?
Exactly. Well, yeah, because that business never personal.
Yes. Come on. What the fuck is doing?
Like Smart Up Complex, like
Yeah. How dare you?
1993 was the RZA
Nice.
Enter the Wu Tang 36 Chambers, man. That's all you need to know.
Yep. That's a
That's
fact.
all you need to know. The Dirty Soul samples, I mean, classic. Honorable mentions, they include Q-Tip, finally, with Midnight Marauders, of course. Um, DJ Premier
Nice.
and Dr. Dre.
Premier.
Which, if it wasn't RZA, I definitely feel like it would have been Dre.
Of course.
But 1994, we got Easy Mo B.
Mo B.
This one I was happy for. I was like, yes, complex, okay. This year he did Flavor in the Ear, Biggie's Ready to Die, Project Funk the World.
Right.
I mean, did he did shit on Daddy's Home from Kane, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
He did. He did.
Oh yeah.
He did
Show
Show
and
and Prove.
Prove. No,
Yeah.
not Show and Prove. In the PJs. Yeah.
No, that was. I think that was Kane.
Wait, Kane did that one?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He did. He did some other. He did some other joints on it.
Hold on. I gotta.
If I'm not mistaken, because Kane produced on it too.
I, I forgot. That beat always sound like an Easy Mo B beat. I don't
Yeah,
know
it did
why.
sound like a Moby joint.
Oh, the whole album. I'm not going. I could see Biggie on a few joints on that album.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, Easy Mo B. He only did Brooklyn Style Laid Out. That's how I did The Way It's Going Down. Oh wow. I could have sworn he
I
did in
thought
the
he did that too.
PJs.
Yeah, because it sounded like a Moby joint.
For real.
Kane, how dare you biting off a Moby?
Well, no, that's not because that beat was fly. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, Kane is a dope producer, like dope producer and shit like that. 'Cause he also did some shit on Long Live the Kane and It's the Big Daddy thing too.
Yeah,
So
Moby was also on Illinois Scratch album, right?
oh shit, yep,
Yeah.
his brother too.
Craig Mack, Ready to Die.
Right, but they
I would give it to Mo B, but there's others. Primo definitely hard to
Primo
beat.
does not even have a placement. That's blasphemy.
Warren G, I really loved Lil Warren G's first album. He was a dope producer. know what I'm saying? But Moby was great. Definitely Moby. You had to throw in Moby at one of those years, either 94 or 95. You know what I mean? So
Right. And they only named the bad boy stuff. I'm just like, come on, man. Like,
right, because it went multi platinum. That's why they named it.
right. All right, now honorable mentions again. Warren G,
Yep.
Mike Dean, Organized Noise,
For the Outcast shit.
and like I said, out they have no primo on the placement on this list, or only on honorable mentions.
At
That's
all for
my
no year.
no year,
For no year.
no year,
Not even 2000s.
no, 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 no,
There you
no,
go.
no, no.
See, this is why I can't take Complex seriously. This is like from fucking sports. They're not even
1990,
serious.
1995. This was RZA, which he did, which I'm not even gonna lie, only built for Cuban Links,
Yes.
Return of the 36 Chambers, Liquid Swords. I mean, I'm
Classic.
not mad about this. The competition was pretty steep
Oh yeah.
because you had Havoc as an honorable mention,
Right.
Beat Miners,
Yes.
and again Easy Mo B.
But no Primo.
No
Like
Primo,
what? Collage? But Hamadina's first album was a classic. How do you not have Primo on there? You know what I'm saying?
right?
Where is Primo? Like, what are you kidding me?
Like if there was any year, you could easily put Primo between 93 and 96.
Yes.
You know how much shit he was doing in 94, man, alone?
J. Rue's first two albums, Group Home. Like, come on. How is Primo not on none of these years?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love
This is the same platform that's supposed to represent our culture. So what the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I
for
mean?
1996, they got Organized Noise. No,
Organized Noise was dope, but Primo got to be on this list somewhere. That is crazy.
have for AT Aliens and shit.
That was a great album. Primo got to be on this list. You could throw Organized Noise on any other year. Like Primo got to be on this list somewhere.
As much as I love AT Aliens, I would put Organized Noise in 98.
This is the man that did New York State of Mind for Nas. Like
Exactly.
when I think Illmatic, I think of Primo first before all the other producers. How can you not fucking have Primo on this list?
Exactly. Honorable mentions include DJ Shadow for the Introducing album. Um,
DJ who? DJ
D-
Shadow. He ain't
yeah.
no honorable mention. Fuck out of here.
Whoa, whoa, okay, okay, hold on, wait a minute.
He okay, but he ain't no honorable mention.
Introducing was a revolutionary album the way he sampled. So hold on.
For honorable mention over Primo, who ain't on none of the
Okay,
years.
yeah, yeah, you're right about that. But I'm just saying, I can understand why they put this nigga. But listen to this: Jerry Wonder and the Fugees,
What year is this? 95?
96, 96. Yeah.
For the score for just one fucking good album they had. Meanwhile, Primo is still doing it after all these 20 something years.
Now check this out:
No, take off Jerry Wonder and Wyclef.
the Grand Niggas slash Wizards who did the Roots shit for Ill Death Half Life.
No, not over Primo.
Not over Primo. Nope.
Philadelphia was great. Not over Primo though. Nope.
All right, 97. The Hitman.
The Hitman, Bad Boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God. Wait, how you mean all 13 of them or just two of them? There's like
All
13 niggas in that whole crew.
all of them.
All of them?
From Mario Winans to Chucky to D Dot
Wow.
for No Way Out and Life After Death. Honorable mentions, Trackmasters.
Trackmaster should have a year. They did more than the Hitman. They should have a
Tim,
year.
exactly. Timbaland.
They should have a couple years.
Timbaland and
Timberland in '96.
97. Super Duper Fly. Welcome to our
He
world.
wasn't in his prime yet though.
He wasn't. To me, Timbaland, there's an honorable mention maybe 98, 99,
Right,
2000.
right. To
The
me,
Aaliyah.
Weezy was doing his thing.
Hell, maybe 98 maybe and shit. Maybe.
Right.
Um, then
Chris
LP.
Brown, LP,
Yeah, for the Fun Crusher Plus album for Company Flow.
and all these people mentioned over Primo.
Over Primo.
That's crazy.
1998 Beats by the Pound, which
Yo,
98 was a competitive year and shit.
I understand
No Limit.
No Limit, Cash Money. I get it, but over Primo, no. Sorry,
D
sorry,
D
sorry, New Orleans fans, no, not over Primo.
D D D D. But if you,
Primo could have probably fucking helped a lot of those artists on No Limit.
to be honest, Beats by the Pound, I love their shit from '98. But to me, the shit that they did like for Masterpiece, Mr. Ice Cream Man, and the 99 Ways to Die album, shit's all over anything they did. Production was '98 because the
I like
way
the shit he did for Snoop album. What's that shit? The first one.
my I stand correct.
The game is to be sold on Twitter.
I stand
You
corrected.
don't like
Shit. But yeah, but Beat 98 was a good year for Beats by the Pound, but this is also I think their last year on No Limit Records, if I'm not mistaken. So shit. So honorable mentions: Annie Fresh, Swiss Beats, and Dane Grease. I thought Swiss would be 98. I thought he would win for 90. I'm not gonna lie.
98 was a good year for Swizz. It was.
99, Dr. Dre.
Wow. Okay.
Not mad about this. Slim Shady LP, 2001. Yeah,
Maybe that's who Dre should battle. He should battle Primo. Like forget Puffy. Like battle Primo. I want to see.
that
Because
would be epic.
the fact that you left Primo off this list is retarded. I don't. What is who is working on Complex? They need him up in this. They don't know what the hell they doing.
Honorable mentions: Manny Fresh, Timberland, and Swiss Beats.
And no Primo, which is mind boggling.
2000, Earth Tone the Third.
What? Come on, for the Outcast album, that's it.
Yeah, that's bullshit, isn't it?
That's it. Wow,
That's it.
that's crazy.
All right. Honorable
I
mention.
don't. Stankonia was great. I don't even think that's their best fucking album.
Exactly. Honorable mentions: Dr. Dre, Jay Dilla, and The Alchemist.
Alchemist. Okay. Now Alchemist now is got won a lot of fucking years to me because he still got his sound.
Right. 2001, Kanye West for The Blueprint.
For one fucking album.
Well, I'm not mad about this, but to be honest, you could put either Just Blaze or Kanye.
I would go with Just Blazes. He did more for that year than Kanye. Kanye just did Blueprint. He wasn't even an artist really yet.
Right. Yeah, because
We
Just
didn't have
Blaze.
Kanye until what, like 2 years later?
Right. Well, he actually got a lot of notoriety with this one, but
Right,
once he came through the riot, it was another story.
right. This is before the accident.
Right. Honorable mentions include Neptunes, Just Blaze,
Neptune's could win a lot of years, definitely.
uh,
Just Blaze. They did a lot of stuff.
Just Blaze, and LP.
Trackmasters was still in their bag at this time too.
2002, Neptunes.
Definitely.
Uh,
Okay. Definitely. They could win a lot of years. They have a lot of heat. They
this
could
what
definitely
this.
do a versus.
I didn't gonna put a Justified album, but they said hip hop producers and shit.
Well, I mean, they are hip hop too. They did R&B. They did rock. Remember, they went to different genres. You know, they did shit for Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Limp Bizkit, No Doubt. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of heat.
Shoot. Honorable mentions include Just Blaze, Kanye West, Eminem.
Eminem
Yeah,
as a producer
yeah.
or artist?
Producer for the
No,
Nas is the Cross, the Eminem Show.
no, no. He's not a great producer. He got lucky with that shit with Eminem Show and the Cross. He ain't a great producer like that.
2003, Lil Jon. I'm not actually mad about this one, but
The crunk era. I didn't see Teddy Riley on this list either, which is blasphemy also.
he was an honorable mention for like 85,
No,
86.
he should have had his year. This man created a genre, New Jack Swing. That was a genre. That wasn't a fucking. What honorable mention? Him and Primo should have a couple years on you. You know,
Shit. Honorable mentions include the Heat Makers, Kanye, and Just Blaze.
Heat Makers is good. They brought that Dipset sound is what I call it to rap. And
Right.
that shit really only worked for Dipset. Like outside of Dipset, who else was they? I mean, they did shit with other people, but it wasn't like how the shit that they made with Dipset though. You know,
Yeah, man. 2004, we got Kanye West. I'm mad about this. College Dropout, not mad. Honorable mentions include Neptunes, Manny Fresh, and Celie Williams.
who?
He did I think Slim Mike Jones, Slim Still
Never
Tipping.
heard of him. He shouldn't be mentioned. Where's Primo?
2005, Kanye
So
West.
so we just giving it all to Kanye, huh? We just giving it all to Kanye now. Oh my God.
2005.
Is it safe to say that Complex are dick riding Kanye? I think it's safe to say that. They love them some Kanye. Kanye and Drake.
Honorable mentions: Just Blaze, Shawty Red, and DJ Paul and Juicy J.
Shorty Red?
Shawty Ray.
Who the fuck is
Red,
that?
yeah.
Who's that?
Shawty Red. He did Young G's Let's Get It.
Oh God, I don't like Young Jeezy. You know that. Take him off
Two-
the list.
2006. Stoop.
DJ Tink. Okay. Ti.
Yes.
Definitely.
Honorable mentions: Jay Dilla, Cool and Dre, and the Neptunes.
How is Dilla an honorable mention? Dilla should have his own year also. How is he an honorable mention? This man was dropping like some of the best shit in hip hop. How is he an honorable
2007.
mention? There's three
Con-
people right now that got honorable mention that should be the main guys.
Kanye West.
As much as people love fucking the Donuts album, and I see all these poses on Instagram posting this instrumental album like it's the best instrumental album ever, y'all got Dilla as honorable mention. Get the fuck out of here. He has to have a couple years on that list. The shit
Right.
that he dropped for Slum Village and the shit his own projects, Madlib. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah, 2007 got Kanye West. Honorable mentions include The Runners, Soldier Boy,
What?
Exile.
Soldier Boy, he produced?
Yeah, he cruise cranked that Soldier Boy.
Get him off that list. No.
2008,
Drummer
Drum.
Boy, come on. All these Rick Ross motherfucking producers. This is what happens when money buys you producers. Like this is what happens when that happens. You have all these motherfuckers on here that don't belong on this list.
Honorable mentions include Kanye West, Bangladesh, and Jim Johnson.
Yo, none of them should be honorable mention.
2009, we got Noah 40 Shabib.
Drake's a sick producer. Don't he got like cancer or some shit? He got
I
some.
don't
No. He don't belong on his list either.
know. Honorable mentions include Dr. Genius, Bangladesh, and Drum Boy.
Where's Chuck Strangers? You know Chuck English for the cool kids. He was dropping heat. Come on, man. Like what's wrong with Complex? We got to do our own list.
2010, we got Lex Luger.
No, no. See, this is when hip hop was fucked up. When you get all these no name motherfuckers coming out of the woodwork because they were using auto fucking Fruity Loops and shit.
hmm Honorable mentions include Kanye, Tyler the Creator, and Rock Marciano.
I'm just waiting for the year that they call your name so they can say, oh, Reg was on this list for like 2011 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
2011 is Noah
It's
40
him again?
Shabib.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Honorable
Who
mentions.
who what I want to know another artist that Noah was producing for other than Drake. Cuz
It just says
I don't hear nothing else.
it just says Drake.
Exactly. He wasn't producing for nobody else. So you got Drake's in-house producer that's the producer of the year? How?
Oh,
Ninth,
Miss.
Ninth Wonder. Where's Ninth Wonder? Ninth Wonder ain't mentioned in none of these fucking years. The shit
Nope.
that he did, Little Brother, Mitchell Show. Come on, that's a classic. The shit he did for Sean Price, classic. The shit he was doing with like who everybody a Buckshot. He did the album with Buckshot, the Formula. How was Ninth Wonder not mentioned in none of these years?
Shit. Kanye's an honorable mention. Clams Casino,
Who?
and he did ASAP's album and
Get
shit,
that shit out of here. Whack. Come on.
and Hit Boy.
Oh God. Even Hit what they were mentioning back then. No, but no
20,
Ninth Wonder.
2012, Mike Will Made It.
Wasn't he
Mike,
producing for Kanye at one point?
yeah,
That he just said, okay, well we're done to mentioning Kanye. We're gonna have the guy that producing for Kanye.
yep.
Wow.
All right.
This is why this generation don't know shit about no fucking hip hop. Cause the fact that they can list all these motherfuckers and not the greats like Primo and Ninth Wonder is crazy. Teddy Riley? Are you kidding me?
mm, honorable mentions to Young Chop, Hit Boy, and LP.
Trash. LP from Run the Jewels.
Yep. 2013, Kanye West.
Kanye wasn't even producing all his damn albums, yo. How was he on every list? Didn't he stop producing himself when he started hiring other producers?
Right.
That's crazy.
Honorable mentions include 40,
No,
Mike Will Made It, and Zaytoven.
terrible.
2014, Mike Will Made It.
Is there anybody good on these lists left besides these people?
Well, I never seen this list. I kind of
Where
stopped
where
at
was where was Marco Polo? Where was he at? I didn't hear his
uh,
name. Marco
shit.
Polo, right? No Crisis. Where's his name? No Crisis.
Nope.
No,
Uh,
Soundwave, Thundercat. What happened to them?
nope.
K Tronada, what happened to him? He's not on the list.
Nope.
These are the people that was making dope ass music.
Honorable mentions include DJ Mustard.
DJ Mustard for
Yep.
what the YG and the one fucking LMA album.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
London Shrek and Madeline.
Wow. At least they threw Madlib a bone. We mentioned you for 1 year.
You know what? 2015 Metro Boomin.
Wow, trash.
Um. Oh, they finally mentioned Soundwave as an honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Wow, OG.
2016 Metro Boomin.
I'm in second place to a dude that named Metro Boomin. No ID.
27
What was
2017.
that for 444? Come on, that album is overrated.
Shit.
No, give me no ID from One Day It All Makes Sense. I'll take that no ID any day.
2018 Tay Keith.
Who?
He Drake's and Travis Scott's producer.
Never heard of him. Tay Keith. Don't know him.
2019 is Madlib. Okay.
They threw Madlib a bone again. Did he have to pay to get this endorsement?
2020 Hit Boy.
No. Hell no. No Alchemist, no Derringer. Are you kidding me? What? Come on.
Alchemist is honorable mention.
No, he should be a man of the year on a couple of those years. Where's Derringer? Come on, man.
Shit.
That list was worse than the other list that you read. Than the MC list. The MC list was a lot better. Even though I had my issues with that one. This was worse.
It be like that.
They named motherfuckers I ain't even heard of. Tay Keith? Who the fuck is that? I thought you said Chief Keith. I'm about to say he's a producer.
Mm.
They threw Madlib 1 fucking year. Like Madlib is new or some shit. Like he ain't been out here doing classics.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna stand for like 5 more minutes and shit.
Wow. You see why I don't fuck with these lists? Complex. I don't fuck with none of their lists, yo. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't, but they call themselves for the culture. Favorite song that No ID produced.
Anything off One Day don't make sense.
Yes.
Great album, classic album.
You don't have to do anything early Thursday, do you or no?
Thursday?
Yeah.
What we doing Thursday? I thought we was doing bone thugs.
Yeah, we are.
What time we doing it?
Um,
Making it earlier?
Probably like 10ish.
You
Yeah.
doing you doing something before that?
Nah. Cause I have to do something later on that night and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Not one mention of Puma. Like what?
And I'm gonna send my list on the TV themed hopefully by tonight. Yeah, they didn't mention Pete Rock either.
Yeah, no Pete Rock. Exactly.
Only as
This
honorable
this
mention.
this is a fraudulent list. No Pete Rock, no Primo. Honorable mention my ass. You shouldn't even honorable mention. Make that fucking trap looking nigga Tay Keith honorable mention.
Favorite song Easy Mo B produced on Me Against the World and Ready to Die. Temptations on Me Against the World. Um, I want to say he did Machine Gun Funk on Ready to
Yes.
Die.
Machine Gun Funk.
This is why we can't let motherfuckers do lists on our culture.
Nope. They would totally fuck it up. Metro Boomin.
They had your favorite producer Hit Boy there too.
Oh, Pete Rock is good. We don't have enough classics to keep playing. I'm not answering no pop questions. I'm tired of this game. That's
Favorite
for Reg to answer. And Reg, all those pop questions are for you to answer. I'm not answering no more pop questions.
sure. I'm tired of pop questions too, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
man. Motherfuckers gotta listen to other shit besides pop. Rockwell, they ain't mentioned a whole bunch. That's a fraudulent list.
Y'all killing me with this whole fraudulent shit.
Two terrible lists they had. They put out. It
Hmm.
wouldn't work for them. If Complex asked me right now to join them, I would not join them, bro. They have to change up the whole fucking way of doing this shit. Cause y'all can't sit up there and talk about you represent the culture and you're not putting the legends on that fucking list. Get the fuck out. Making me look bad.
Happy early birthday, Q. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night because I'm about to actually eat my food and go to bed. Nigga gotta get up early to watch grandma and shit. But yeah, this has been dope talking about OutKast, Speakkkerboxx, a little below. Catch us Thursday. We're gonna talk about Bone Thugs, Double Review, Creeping on the Come Up, and E1990 Eternal.
All three of us.
Yeah, you, me, and Ash. Shout out to Ash. Yes. Then Sunday we're gonna talk about Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince in this corner.
Nice.
I don't know what I want to do for Christmas. I don't know. I want to do a Christmas album or what. Maybe Mariah Carey or something. I don't know.
Poison Ivy.
That's a good choice. We'll talk about that. We'll talk. But yeah, appreciate this try.
No doubt.
Hope everyone has a good night, and I will see y'all later. Peace.